Y- Yo, oh man, hello and good day to everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? I had to shine my title up really nice for y'all because, man,
That motherfucker
SummerSlam,
glistening now.
you know what I'm saying? Twinkling, glistening like
Motherfucker see reflections.
you know, you know what I'm saying? It was long overdue. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be the pick, you got to represent right every time. So I apologize to everybody that was, a little just taken aback by how I just let fingerprints just get all over the title without handling it the proper way. But that stops today because we are officially on the runway to SummerSlam. I believe the last one night SummerSlam potentially ever. Because I think starting 25, we go to 2 nights for SummerSlam. And man, we know what y'all here for and what y'all here to do. Y'all here to hear predictions like no other prediction show in the entire world of wrestling podcasts. So, man, come on. Let's get ready, man. It is time for the first Black Champ podcast. I'm still the pick. You don't like it, eat a dick. Cam from the port.
And I am J.R. Bang. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download, wherever you get your favorite podcast. Barbershop Network is the home. Go up in there, rate, like, subscribe. In the search bar, when you at Barbershop Digital, this is what you do. Hashtag search, hashtag the FBCPOD, and you get all of the latest episodes. Make sure you go ahead and get that merch. Great show for you today because we are now a week away, or 6 days, 6 days, 6 days away from the biggest night of the summer, SummerSlam. All right, and this right here, I feel like this SummerSlam is like a changing of the guard, so to speak.
Okay.
You know, John Cena has announced his retirement. Roman Reigns is currently not expected to be there. He is not slated to be there, but could there be a surprise there? When you look at some of the matches, you know, this is a brand new WWE version of CM Punk. It's going to be there. You got Bayley and Nia Jax going up against each other. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, Logan Paul, LA Knight, will he get a shot and stuff? This is not Roman at the top of the card. This is not Seth at the top of the card. Wrestling, Seth. It's not John Cena. It's not all of the figures that we've come to know and love during this version of the WWE that's there. So it just feels like ushering in, I won't say changing the guard, but it feels like ushering in a new era, so to speak, especially with this being the first SummerSlam underneath the TKO umbrella, right?
Yeah. First SummerSlam under TKO. And first SummerSlam without Roman Reigns holding the title in 4 years? Because he actually got the title at SummerSlam. So yeah.
Jay Prince point. Good job. Yeah, so it's a lot that's going on, and really it starts on Friday. SmackDown Friday is going to consist of 2 tag team matches plus Logan Paul's homecoming to Cleveland, where I can expect him to say Cleveland sucks. we know how these homecomings for heels go. Yeah, they get to cheering them and like, yo, we're from Puerto Rico now, some other shit.
Right.
Stop
I'm so glad I moved here. I'm so glad I moved from here so I could become better.
Yeah, like
that. All right.
It's something like that. So, but before we do that, let's talk about Raw and SmackDown a little bit. Some of the things that we saw, and one of the things that I saw that you keep alluding to, keep alluding to this.
Absolutely.
Finn Balor and those facial expressions.
Yeah. Finn Balor is not pleased.
He is not pleased. So we of course we're going to go over our predictions, but does it feel like to you that Finn Balor is going to affect the SummerSlam in some type of way?
On the surface, I say no. I don't think it's Finn Balor that's going to affect it. But I would like to point everybody's attention to how Raw started and how it really seemed like Judgment Day came out 3 times, like was announced like 3 times, because it was Dom and the tag champs, Finn and Jugdome. Then you had Rhea and Damian, and then you had Carlito behind them. So again, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, they've already created the separation, and I think a few of my guarantees are going to kind of mesh and be pushed to the forefront before we really get into fall. So, I don't. So no. Back to answering your question though, I don't think Finn is going to be the cause. I think he's going to be the reaction.
Okay. Liv Morgan, how they ended it. Liv Morgan and them cheeks out.
You know what I'm saying? Little cheeks out, little angel cakes. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Little cutlets.
You know what I'm saying? Little Debbie's out there. And it ended with Dominic Mysterio basically saying, "I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate everything about you. I hate the way you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress, even though I love those little Debbies. I hate you." And it led to him getting his head pulled back, getting his face licked by a newly wedded Rhea Ripley, whose husband decided to take the money and stay at AEW instead of going over to WWE to be with his wife. Yeah. Boy, you gotta love it.
Yeah, man. And plus, he don't want wrestling Twitter to talk to him the way in the manner that they would on the roster every week. See, being the AEW is one thing. When they talking to you when you on the roster, it's a different look.
But that also lets you know, like, look, babe, go ahead and take that money. We good over here.
For sure.
Go ahead and take that money. I got this contract over here. You got this contract to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's win. Yeah. You know, you gotta love that. Gotta love that. Cohabitation, marriages, all of that stuff. Go ahead and get that money.
Right.
With that being said, I do feel your predictions around Finn are now going to be massively true. Because when you think about it like this, the same woman that got told in front of everybody, "I hate you," is the same person who dropped their key on the table, and Finn was like, "No, let me go ahead and grab that."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you know the vibes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Grab that. Let me go ahead and get that. Which has this feeling a little bit like Chris Jericho, Trish Stratus.
You're going there, and I kind of agree. But you know where I went to, which I think was also ironically SummerSlam? Dusty Rhodes, $1 Million Man, Sapphire. Let me be the first to tell you, Bang, that exchange between Liv and Dominic was cap. That was all cap. She reacted. That was the first time she reacted to what he was saying, like on some like negative stuff. But I'm like, I was waiting for her to turn and walk out the section and then start laughing. But I guess if the Tron got the video up, can't show her doing that. I'm gonna stop there because when we get to the predictions, I'm gonna bring that moment back up. Because I feel another classic fix is in. And I want to talk about it in detail, but I don't want to jump the gun here.
We saw at the beginning of the show a nice little back and forth between Damian Priest and Gunther, which I'm not going to lie. Hey, Damian Priest, you've grown into this joint. You've grown, like vocally, you've grown into this. I'm not going to spoil my prediction, but I do see the future is bright for Damian Priest when it comes to this title right here. Gunther, it definitely felt like a rubber match type of thing is set up. We did have a number one contenders match with Dragunov and Bron Breakker, which Bron Breakker just looks like a serial killer now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
He's just like a serial killer. It's wild out here.
My man did the gut buster on the side of the ring.
Right,
the ring post. Hey, yo, doing the gut buster on the ring post is insane.
Like, yo. Bron, hey, I'm just gonna continue to apologize to Brian Breaker. Hey, you know, I was wrong. I was wrong. Bang don't always be knowing. I was wrong, and yeah, you're proving every week now that not only that you will be a major star in the WWE for years to come, that you are crazier than your daddy and your uncle combined.
Ever. Yeah, for sure.
Just man, that was lit. Lyra Valkyra and Sonya Deville wrestled, and Lyra lost. I was pretty shocked and surprised that they gave Sonya Deville a win. But if you need to make the lesbians a group that we need to respect their own women, I guess you got to do it. Mia Yim, aka Mi Chin, has been taking advantage of this whole thing on social. First,
Oh,
the
straight up.
oh nigga,
Cause I had I think to share the show, I came across a joint and it was called The Lesbians, but I
that's
was
not
like,
the
what
name
is
of
it?
that group. But Mia Yim is taking advantage of it. She with the
Okay.
two fingers up and shit. Like,
Hell no. Hey, so hell okay, so is this real? Because again, I didn't really scroll, but they had a joint where Sonya, Stark, and Shayna Baszler were like they had their hands pointed down, but they said they ain't doing the fist, they scissoring. That's what the picture said.
yeah, Mia Yim did all that shit. Matter of fact, in the essence of work, let me share my screen. Uh, so as you see right here, this is Mia Yim putting her two fingers up, saying that I acknowledge them.
Wow. Heck no.
Yeah,
So she calling out the clip, flicking out the gate. That's
out the
crazy.
gate, out the gate, Jack.
Yo, Mia Yim is nuts.
Yeah, very. I was like, wow,
That's
Mia Yim,
crazy.
Mia Yim is going all in with this right here. And it was something else that she put it up. She put up when it comes to them too. Some about man, it was like studs something. But yeah, she's really
So all right, so because obviously I'm out the loop, right? Are they wrestling on main event or is this just not making the Hulu version of Raw?
oh no, this is raw.
Really?
No, this is raw. Prominent
I
post.
gotta, yeah, man. I wonder if they cutting certain segments and matches now from Hulu. So now I gotta get Netflix because that
Yeah.
sucks.
I don't know, but that match, yeah, that match on Monday, that is the stud line. There we go. That's what
The
she called it.
stud line. Heck
Stud
no.
line. Let me go ahead and show. Let me, in the essence of work again, share my screen. Um, but yeah, here you go, stud line. Ready to see more of them tonight. And then I love the stud line. That's wild.
It's like the bloodline. They got the stud line.
Stud line. This is wild.
And that's crazy. Oh no.
Mia
The
Yim is
stud
yeah,
line.
Mia Yim is wild out here. So between the stud line and I acknowledge them.
Heck no. Hey, that is funny. That is
Yes.
funny.
So she's
Listen,
definitely
Mia
taking
Yim.
advantage of this.
I know I've been saying for a minute, you were probably going to get Future endeavored. I now want to retract it if this is the kind of comedy that you're going to bring. You might get me back on social media alone, single-handedly, young lady. You just might do it. I might log in on my day off today just to follow you and see what you about to say
Boy.
because that is funny. I'm not even gonna cap. That's funny as hell.
Yeah. So she's been taking advantage of that. They have been taking advantage of that, and they got a big win on SmackDown. And CM Punk says, "Hey, I'm cleared to compete." And
Yeah.
Seth Rollins said, "All right, that's cool. Special referee time. Seth freaking Rollins will be the special guest referee for this match. I wonder how this is going to go."
Hmm.
So I'm going to throw this out here before. This is not a prediction. This is not a spoiler. This is not none of that.
Mm-hmm.
This is while CM Punk was in AEW. One thing that I used to see a lot of is social media posts that will put a CM Punk match up and a Bret Hart match that matches that on the same post. So you can see that CM Punk loves telling the story of a Hart match through his matches. There's a lot of people that love Bret Hart.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking about is, remember, it was Bret Hart versus The Undertaker with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. This led to Shawn Michaels having a feud with The Undertaker, which led to Bad Blood, and the Hell in a Cell that led to Kane's debut. Now, if you see the vibes and where I'm going here, that match was SummerSlam 1997. Bad Blood ended up coming a little bit later, which was, again, the Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Kane.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like that at Bad Blood, we're getting a Hell in a Cell match with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Now, the surprise is will Seth freaking Rollins be involved? Yes, this is my prediction that at Bad Blood, we are going to get a triple threat Hell in a Cell match, because all those three guys don't like each other at all.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I wonder how that match is going to go, and if we're going to get some Bret Hart vibes there, or are we going to get CM Punk come down to the ring with his wrestling draws on, or we're going to get him in jeans while Drew McIntyre. I wonder how much they're going to let these guys rock when it comes to this match. And then Jey Uso got beat up by the Bloodline. By Judgment Day. Sami Zayn saved the day there to help them out. We did have a match that I was shockingly to see with the Final Testament and Chad Gable's old partners.
Yeah.
So we see what happens there. But I want to bring it, before we go to SmackDown, I want to bring it to some stuff that Rikishi said over the past weeks. Now, Rikishi's pissed.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
Rikishi is a little bit pissed. Why is he pissed? Because he is mad about the storyline, or the lack of storylines, that his son Jey Uso is involved in right now. He is pissed about how his son out here is just flailing along and doing what he needs to do. But then he also said that the WWE ain't holding his son down. And he was really upset about a couple of things when it comes to Jay and his thoughts around Rhea Ripley that's been coming out. So on his Off the Top podcast, Rikishi said about his son and the Yeet and all of that, they're not doing a damn thing with Yeet. My opinion is why. Why do you not push or give the most popular babyface, in my eyes, be it my son or not, if the Yeet Master or the Yeet Man is over? Why? How come? What is the problem? Not giving the guy some type of title, something, win something, it'd be good for business, wouldn't it? Now, I've said that he's in Jake the Snake Roberts territory, where he's so over that he does not need a title, but Rikishi is clearly like, put something around his waist. As long as it's not the tag team championships, I'm cool, but we all think that is going to be something. We'll get to that in a minute. Rikishi talked about his "I Did It for the Rock" promo, and he brought that back up, but also about how he's not happy about the Jay Rhea Ripley angle that's been starting. So this is what he said. This is kind of long. I'll read it. Is this the best they got? Number one, in my eyes, again, I get hot when I'm talking about this, because whether it's my son or somebody else, the kids work hard. Not saying everybody else didn't, but damn it, in this industry, you work hard. They conquered the tag team division. What else is there to do? Now he breaks off his Yeet, right? He does his thing there, and yet it's not like they're giving the gas pedal to him. It's almost like you want him to come back. It's almost like I wanted to come back to that promo I did a while back. Now can add Jey Uso has been held down. High Chief Peter Maivia has been held down. Alpha and Sika has been held down. Rikishi has been held down. Damn it, I said in that interview 25 or so years ago, and now we've come to 2024, and now we got the bloodline that's being held down. Come on, why? Give me a good explanation why. I got hairs on the back of my neck every time I watch Jay and say, Okay, SummerSlam. Where's Ye? I don't know. Let's write him in like he likes mommy. Mommy, it's the best the writers got. Let's write this guy into a relationship with mommy. What y'all trying to do? Break his marriage up? Y'all can't put him in a good storyline. So what you gonna do now? God forbid you guys try to tell her to tell her to tongue kiss each other on Raw. Shit, that better not happen.
All right. Hey. Well, first, everybody in that storyline would be married, but that ain't none of my business. Now, I don't know how nobody run their house, but if Jey Uso is not allowed to have like intimate storylines in wrestling, it's gonna ruin his marriage. Then they do need to cut this because that ain't cool. That ain't cool. I don't care what it is. That ain't cool. And his wife's super decent. So, like, hey, what's Rhea? But to speak to a lot of this, it's funny that Rikishi would say that because I think the bar that would have hit home for everybody and really would have gone some more perspective is that, yo, don't do my son like y'all did me. Because, shoot, at one point, obviously, there's a separation that existed between, Stone Cold, Rock, DX. But you could absolutely argue for at least a year and a half, Rikishi was one of the hottest baby faces in the company, possibly in wrestling. And he never really got a chance to do anything but be that, Ben, you make great points when you mentioned the Jake the Snake territory. But now, especially when I saw Green Bay, like that crowd wouldn't fit the Uso in at the capacity that they were 2 or 3 months ago. Now Green Bay just may not be a big Jimmy Uso market. That could be it. And he could go back to the Garden and it's going crazy or anywhere else. But my legit worry for Jey Uso is that, he's wildly entertaining, getting better on the mic, having really good matches to even great matches. They do have to give him something because after a string of losses, he's going to be R-Truth. He's going to be Rikishi. Like, he's going to have to win something. And that's the thing about Jake the Snake Roberts. Yeah, he may have never won a title, but he kept winning though. And even when he wasn't winning, the character was so over that he was taking out top guys without matches. Like, he buried the Ultimate Warrior alive. He was going to take Elizabeth's head off with a chair shot at Saturday night's main event. And the Undertaker had to stop him.
The something wasn't necessarily the belt. The something was high quality, high profile feuds.
Yes. And now Jey Uso has neither. And that's the thing. See, if we're giving him the Jake the Snake Roberts territory, then where's his Andre the Giant? Where's his Ultimate Warrior? Where's his Macho Man Randy Savage? Where's his Sting? Like, he can't do this facing Dominic Mysterio. And there's no disrespect to Dominic Mysterio, but he should have had the rubber match or the best of 3 with Gunther when he was the Intercontinental Champion. He should have had even like with Damian Priest. It shouldn't have just ended with that one friendly match, but they trying to make him a face, so I get it. Like, he needs to compete and or beat the actual top guys. He's the king of the mid-carders now because he's super over. He is becoming sports entertainment because they haven't given him enough meaningful wrestling matches.
Now, remember, I had told you that I felt like that he should have been the first WWE World Champion.
That's a fact.
He should have been that. If he's main event Jay, if he's head of the table, if he's all of those things, then that's where he needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that was the first disservice if you want to look at it that way. I didn't think that he deserved to defeat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship at the time, mainly because when you look at all of this, when you look at the situation, it is simply that he is the Intercontinental Championship is beneath him. No other way around it.
Mm-hmm.
That title to me is beneath him. So if that title is beneath him and beneath what he could do, then give him that belt. Let him get his. I'm his tribal chief on. I've said a number of potential storylines for him, which in turn even includes him running back the tribal chief shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the champion, you ain't. So, hey, it is what it is now. I am your tribal chief. Or this is what I can do without being underneath the thumb of Roman Reigns. These are both things that I've mentioned, that I have talked about, and thought that if you're going to do something with him, this is what you should do.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think he's languishing now. I don't think, like, he's not, I'm going to be in catering. Like, he's not going to be in catering. Like, that ain't him. That's not what's going on and stuff. But what I will say is Rikishi's right in a number of reasons. One, yeah, I do want to keep him away from this whole thing about him doing something with Rhea Ripley. Not because he's married. This ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
This is simply because they've already done that. So we passing around Rhea Ripley?
Yeah, which is wild, but kind of into the concept of that.
Yeah, like she's the pass. I mean, yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
But she's the pass around. Like, she's the women's world champion and probably the most dominant women's champion in the WWE right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing with her. Like, everybody, nah, we straight on. At least I'm straight on that. As a storyline,
yeah, for sure.
Especially revolving around Jey Uso. Also, I do believe that Jey Uso's big storyline is going to come up. I just don't want it to be for a tag team title. Spoiler alert, that has something to do with my Friday predictions. But yeah, that's not what I want for him. I don't want him to be going back and forth trying to win the WWE, any version of the WWE Tag Team Championships. If he's main event Uso, let him rock. And you have to put him in more situations, more positions. He has no match. He has nothing for the second biggest show of the year. So if he doesn't have anything for the biggest show of the year, he had one of the most anticipated matches of WrestleMania, only months apart, then Rikishi is white. What are y'all doing with Jay?
Yeah.
They're doing the goddamn thing.
For sure.
And maybe things are gonna turn up a notch. But when you look at it, yeah. I guess you could say High Chief Peter Maivia was held down. I wasn't there for that. I wasn't there for Alpha and Sika, even though they're multiple time tag team champions. Rikishi, I probably could say Rikishi was held down. And The Rock was really the only person that pushed ahead in all of this shit.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, just real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
With the run, honestly, if we're piecing it, if I was to compare it to anybody outside of the world title, Rikishi should have had a Kofi Kingston run, to where he's just been. I've been a tag team champ like 2 or 3 times. I've been the U.S. champ 3 or 4 times. I've been the Intercontinental champion 4 or 5 times. Like, he should have had that, just based on how popular he was. So yeah, I'm not I don't think he's wrong at all, and that is the unfortunate part, because just respectfully, Jey Uso's way better than his dad. So why is he not? Like, he should go over on Drew McIntyre clean at least once. Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if there's ever a Jey Uso CM Punk, he should go over on him like once or twice. Even like now working his way up to Seth Rollins, I could see that like there's with the run that he was on since Deuces Ooses, you could have very well framed night one of WrestleMania to be Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. You could have done that. But now, with just the way that the year is going, you hope that he gets inserted into the Intercontinental Championship title, if that.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that, but we'll see. SmackDown, it wasn't a lot. Biggest thing was the tag team gauntlet match. Now, what was funny is our man Camacho was like, nah, I can't be in this tag match. I can't see out of one of my eyes. Well, you should fire that man, because if he can't see out of one of his eyes, and it's going to hamper his driving ability for making sure that the rest of the bloodline gets to the arena, then it is what it is. There's no reason for him to be there. I tweeted out, they need to just go ahead and bring in Tonga or whatever this dude name going to be, because Camacho is definitely become a waste of space. But it also enabled Jacob Fatu to join in to the fun. So the participants of this match was Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews, Angel Garza and Berto Carrillo, Street Profits, Pretty Deadly, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. They're fighting for the number one contender for DIY's WWE Tag Team Championships. Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin defeated Garza and Carrillo. The Profits came in and knocked them out, and Pretty Deadly out, and Gallows and Anderson out, only to lose to Fatu and Tonga as expected. So now your number one contender for those WWE Tag Team Championships are Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga.
Right.
Now, a couple of things here is they did a great job in spotlighting the tag team division of this. So what I noticed what they're doing good at, especially if it's tag team matches on the main shows, not the PLEs, but the main shows, Raw and SmackDown. They're doing a good job of putting over the title in this meeting and making it look good. But it was two things that stood out to me in this match. I don't know what they plan on doing with the Street Profits, but the stalling is affecting everything that they said that they wanted out of Montez Ford.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they talked all of that shit about Montez Ford. He could be next. The Rock said some shit, and they're not utilizing him right.
Yeah. The last time they utilized him correctly was when they did that match, that like kind of random match against Roman Reigns on SmackDown, and he lost. That's the last time I feel he was used the right way.
And the second thing is, Pretty Deadly is the funniest tag team I've seen in quite some time.
For sure.
Like, they need to be on TV more often. And it's actually one more for this too. If Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews gonna be a tag team, get them same color shit.
Yeah. Hey, listen. This is one of the makeshift tag teams that just might work, but yeah, they look wild out there right now. We're just like y'all don't need separate entrances. You don't like, but you do need the same color like get up. So you need the same gear on at least, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, if we gonna do this, fam, let's do this shit right. You guys got them out here looking like the beginning of the New Age Outlaws. Now, if it turns into that, that's great. But yeah, Baron Corbin, I like this run for Baron Corbin. I need something for Apollo Crews. Let's get it done. What was your thoughts about the tag team gauntlet match?
It's good overall. Unfortunately, because I called this, or I think even we called this the week before. I mean, look, man, all roads led to Jacob Fatu. He was even instructed, hey, go get the tag team titles. It was almost like my man's wasn't in the match, even when they talked it up. So again, man, hey, look, shout out to all the competitors. I mean, I'm not shitting on the match. It was a good gauntlet, but man, you just know when you know what the end of the story is and what it's setting up, it just hits different for you. And shout out to the Street Profits for making the performance what it was. I mean, yeah, man. Look, if y'all not gonna pull the trigger on everything Montez Ford being solo, then give them back the tag team titles eventually. I'd rather see them as the tag champs. I mean, it's not that they're not formidable, that they can work with anybody. Hey, Angelo Dawkins keeps improving every time they throw him in the ring. He's doing something new and exciting. So, man, listen, just just do something. Do something with the Street Profits or Montez Ford at this point. I don't care what it is. But shout out to everybody involved.
I like these type of matches when you put the spotlight on somebody, and it works. And I think it always works for people like Montez Ford. Just works for people like the Street Profits in general, and you see it because in this case because they were the team that knocked out the most people. But it also let us know what we've been saying on this show for a while now. Jacob Fatu is a monster, and they're positioning him as such.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole thing about this is are you doing too much with Jacob Fatu? If because when I look at Jacob Fatu, I look at him as overshadowing the leader of the group.
For sure.
He's quickly overshadowing Solo like Diesel was overshadowing Shawn Michaels.
Mm.
Like, yo, it's Shawn Michaels, and we know we mess with Shawn, but we got to get this dude away from him.
Yeah.
That's it. And I don't know what they plan to do, but you can tell that they're trying to do something. To they want him to be the monster that they want him to be.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said on this show, the moment they give Jacob Fatu a microphone, it is over for Solo Sikoa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hilarious when you see him, you just see prayer hands.
Yeah.
You see prayer hands. It's almost like, man, I ain't even gonna say nothing about these niggas.
Yeah. That's a nice touch. I like it.
I really want to beat the fuck out these niggas, but Solo got it. Man, if Solo say the word, I'm gonna beat his ass.
No.
That's what it feels like to me. It doesn't even feel like. It feels like they feel like I feel the moment that they give Jacob Fatu a mic, then it's going to be some problems for other people that's Samoan in that company because he's going to be the biggest. Jacob Fatu got the potential to me to be as big of a star as Umaga.
Okay.
But going to Rikishi, how you had people down. Once John Cena defeated Umaga, it was just like, all right, well, what's next?
Yeah.
I don't think you see that with Jacob Fatu. And that's the scary part about this. Like, he has, to me, the potential to be a major monster in the company. But you got to hold him back because the major monster right now is supposed to be Solo.
Yeah. And you know, on top of everything that you're saying about Jacob, he's doing some very cool throwback things to just add to that character that make it like just fire. Like, for instance, and I don't know if I said this last week, but I'm going to say it again. Because on top of everything you said, I love how he treats the tribal lay like Paul Bearer treated the urn for the Undertaker. I love that just in general. Like the way he was shaking. He was almost shaking like Papa Shango at the same time. But it had to still, oh yes, vibe to it. And then I like how even when you see Solo talking, when they're doing the vignettes and all of that, he is just so overshadowing when the spotlight's not on him, when he's not saying a word, and he's just leaping off the screen every single segment. They do have to do something about that. again, because this is and I said this before in a couple shows ago. When they win the tag titles, I just want to see how that translates in tribal chief talk. Because this will be the first time that a tribal chief is ahead of the bloodline. He ain't got no gold. And he ain't helped get none either. So I want to see that.
Well, I think it's no better time to start off with the predictions for SummerSlam. Starting off with SummerSlam Friday and starting off with the men's WWE Tag Team Championships on SmackDown. DIY versus Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. It feels like to me that, of course, that you will be going for the challengers here, and you will expect the challengers to win. Am I wrong in that?
You damn right. That's what you should expect. And I want to see Jacob Fatu take Pixar's head off. And I want to see Five hit the mat. And I want this to be a pretty nasty squash. Sorry, Ciampa, but that's what I'm looking for. If this match is longer than 7 minutes, I'm tight. But I tell you this, I got Jacob and them. You know what I'm saying? Taking those titles to the bloodline for sure.
Oh, Kemp. You know I want to agree with you.
Hey, man. You're trying to be difficult. It's cool.
I'm not even looking at the camera as I'm saying this because I'm afraid to look you in the eye to say what I'm about to say. Pause. But DIY will retain their tag team championships.
Really now?
Yeah. Because of a returning Jimmy Uso.
Okay, so you got Jimmy coming back.
Not only do I have Jimmy coming back, I have him super kicking the shit out of Tama Tonga, which results in a big ass pop. And the reason why they lose is Jacob runs after Jimmy. So he can't stop the pin.
Okay.
That's how this match ends. Jimmy with the super kick. Jacob with the super kick. But Jacob's getting off the ground and he's pissed. Like, yo, I'm about to go whoop Jimmy's ass. And forgets about what's going on in the ring. And that's when DIY puts on their finisher move and they retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Yuck. That's all I got.
I didn't want to disappoint you, my brother. I know how you feel about Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah. Hey, it's fuck Johnny Wrestling before we even end the show. I just want that to be crystal clear.
Exactly. I feel you and I understand. But that's my prediction. That DIY is going to win. They're going to retain with the help of Jimmy Uso, a returning Jimmy Uso, which would then also start the speculation if Roman's going to be back and in what capacity. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's get into the second title match of the night on Friday. Fyre and Dawn versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Do the champs retain? Do we have a two-time black women tag team champions? Or is a finesse in play here?
Finesse in play, I believe. I do have Fyre and Dawn winning this match. And I had them win this match no matter when it was going to happen. I think we are now at the point where Jade Cargill is slowing Bianca Belair down. Sorry. It's just how I feel. And she's slowing her down so much to the fact that I don't even think they can feud right now. And so what's going to be needed is for those ladies to lose clean, Shoot, and because of Jade Cargill, if anything else. And then, you know, um, Bianca can set her sights back on the women's title, and Jade can go develop just some more because look, man, they look great. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they smell amazing, and it's a joy to have them come out and do Black Girl Magic every single week. So I'm not hating on none of that. But eventually, you got to get in the ring and wrestle. And unfortunately, with the caliber of talent that exists in the WWE right now, Jade Cargill is just not ready for all that. Huge star, going to be a very big star, but needs the work. So I got Fyre and Dawn winning this match, going over on Jade, and them maybe just disbanding this group or this team, but like not in a very like, oh shoot, what's next type of way. Just to like, hey, you know what, girl, it's all good. Like, you know, so maybe Jade suffers like an elbow injury or something, and she can't even wrestle no way, something like that.
This was a match that I was like, yo, this is kind of difficult to pick, mainly because I feel like it's a change in one of these women's characters coming soon. But then when they put this on SummerSlam SmackDown Friday, I was like, oh, that's not gonna happen then.
Yeah,
like that's got to happen. But I will say, I agree with you that Fyre and Dawn is gonna win because while a change can't be made on SmackDown, the seeds can start being planted.
Mm-hmm. Yo, yeah, like even the fact that Bianca Belair is not going to be wrestling at SummerSlam is a problem for me. Like, it's a problem for me, and I blame Jade Cargill for that problem. And I get it from the perspective of, you know, helping new talent, but dog, all things considered, I expected Bianca Belair to not only be the champ already, but to be on another long run with one of the new belts, because I don't think she's held one of the new belts yet, the world or the new women's title yet. I just expected that already. So
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, but I think Fyre and Dawn win this match. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair loses, and one of them starts the seed being planted for an eventual heel turn. Not sure who's going to be the one that takes the heel turn, but because of the reasons that you said, Bianca Belair will be that choice to me. Because normally in matches, leads heel. Heels lead. Excuse me. So so we'll see what happens. But I think for the women we agree, the men we do not, but we'll see what happens on SmackDown Friday. Now let's get to SummerSlam Saturday, the biggest event of the summer, August 3rd, Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, I apologize. And this looks to be a major night. And I'm going to start with one of the matches that I think may be the first match of the night. Okay. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, with Seth Freakin Rollins being your special guest referee. So I ask you, Kemp, who wins and how involved will Seth Freakin Rollins be in determining who will be the winner?
Mm-hmm. Man, low key, I got this turning into a triple threat match. Like, no bullshit. I'm actually picking a no contest on this match because of, and that's why I don't think it's going to be the first match of the night. Seeing CM Punk with biceps has been kind of interesting. You know what I'm saying? CM Punk never really had biceps, but he got biceps now.
Hey, man. Hey, the Performance Center.
You know? Hey, who said you don't need it, huh?
Right.
Someone not successful. But I was kind of leaning towards CM Punk winning here because if Drew beats Punk out the gate, then we don't need to see shit else. However, the tumultuous relationship between all three of these men absolutely can't be solved by the guy that hates both of them being the referee and doing the clean count. I don't see that happening. I got a triple threat no contest that sets up whatever's coming in September, because I do believe you when you say there will be a match, potentially a Hell in a Cell. A triple threat Hell in a Cell match sounds just like Seth freaking Rollins, and I want to see that anyway. So yeah, I got a triple threat ending in a no contest.
I want to say CM Punk is going to win because Drew McIntyre is going to get accidentally super kicked by Seth freaking Rollins.
Get stomped out.
And both of them are going to be pissed, mad, and upset that CM Punk got one over on both of them, which leads to the feud kicking up a notch with both of them. So I got Seth freaking Rollins being involved in determining the winner, but I also believe in that the determination. It's going to be a couple of joints to where we're going to be seeing some stuff that really goes down with these folks for the rest of the summer going into the fall. Let's get into this Intercontinental Championship match, and let's see if we can get this right.
Let's go.
I'm picking Bron Breakker. Final answer. Not in a squash. But shit. He got to win this. There's no other choice. Am I wrong in thinking this?
No. I have a very valiant effort, but a severe ass beating with Bron Breakker coming out as champ, bro. That's what I got.
I don't think we need to say no more outside of that. But
no.
If by chance we lose that one again, fuck it. Like,
right. Hey. Now, because the thing is, if they do that, then you're right. Then you're right. Because you gotta explain it. Like, see, sometimes you better explain the loss. Because that one, if he lose this one, then you do be knowing. Because hey, why come out the gates like this if you can't beat Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
You 0 for 2 against Sami Zayn for the title.
Yeah, no, fuck that. So, Logan Paul, he makes his homecoming, or we'll see what he says on Friday, versus LA Knight. Yeah. So, do we get LA Knight? Yeah. IC champion, or no? Logan Paul retains.
I got LA Knight. It's time. It's a year later than I expected, but hey, maybe this is the perfect time. Another guy who, okay, they get themselves over, but you have them losing matches that matter. Now we strung a couple wins together, still lost a big match that mattered, but now LA Knight going over on Logan Paul to be a champ that's active every single week because that's what they want him to do. I like it. It makes sense. I got a decent match, keeping it real. I don't expect this to be too great. But then again, I mean, hey, look, Logan Paul impresses every time he steps out. So we'll see. But I do got LA Knight. Yeah, no matter what.
Because I expect Logan Paul to diss Cleveland and say he's from somewhere else and fuck Cleveland. LA Knight will finally win his first title here in the WWE. It's time. I think the pop is going to be big. Might be one of the biggest pops of the night, depending on if we get a surprise or two. But the fans are ready for LA Knight to have a title. And I think that's going to happen on Saturday. Let's get to the women. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. And man, as much as I would love to pick Rhea Ripley to get this belt back, I got Liv Morgan with the help of Finn Balor winning this championship.
Oh.
Yeah. With the help of Finn Balor, Liv Morgan is going to bring that belt back home, and that's when you're gonna start to see the splintering of the Judgment Day. That's my pick.
So we both picked Liv. Let's get that out the way. Because I picked Liv. As soon as mommy came back, I was like, nah, she gonna lose. She gonna lose. And I love Rhea Ripley. But what I do see here happening, I got Dom going where the gold is. Because, listen, Rhea Ripley has left and she's come back to no control over the Judgment Day. She's come back hyper feminine. She's questioning the boys versus telling them what they got to do. She's gotten a little soft. And even though anytime Rhea Ripley wants to lick on you, you take that opportunity.
No, Steph.
It's gonna be to her Achilles heel. I actually got Dominic pulling a sapphire and leaving with the gold and the girl with the golden hair. Finn Balor, to me, has already built the new Judgment Day without Rhea and Damian. But this is just to make sure we get titles, we keep titles in house. To your point, Bang, Finn is the reaction to this. But he sends Daddy Dom to do the dirty work. Because at the end of the day, what's going to matter to Finn Balor? Judgment Day having all the gold. So that's what I got happening. I got Rhea, because Rhea is officially bigger than Judgment Day. Like, it sets up a really great solo run for her. But yeah, I totally got Dom pulling the sapphire, and that is how Liv wins this match.
Very interesting. We'll see what happens. Bayley versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. This could go either way, especially with Tiffany Stratton.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like is going to happen in the battle of the BBLs?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Man, you know what? For this, I'm still gonna go Bayley.
Ooh.
I'm still gonna go Bayley. They just, I don't know, man. I've been rocking with Nia Jax so long that it's almost disappointing that I'm picking against her.
I'm actually shocked at that. Like, I was expecting you to be like, all right, it's Nia's time.
Yeah, no, I mean, and look, I would love for it to be, but you know, I also see a world where Bayley wins this match. Baby girl cashes in, but I know it's it's further along in the storyline. And then Nia turning on her and beating Tiffany. I could see that. But yeah, I don't nah, man. It's just something about how it's set up. Something about how it's set up just got me saying, nah, you know, Bayley is gonna retain. I've picked a lot of title changes. I think this for this pay-per-view, PLE, that ain't gonna be one of them, though, unfortunately.
I have Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, okay, yo, you get right to it.
Yeah. Tiffany Stratton will be the winner of this match because Bayley is going to go over on Nia Jax, but Nia Jax is going to get pissed, and she's going to destroy Bayley, and then she's going to watch in anger as Tiffany Stratton goes over by cashing in her Money in the Bank. See, here's the red herring for this for me. And maybe I'm overthinking it. But when I saw that they didn't update that Money in the Bank after it was destroyed, they put tape on it. I was like,
Yeah.
hmm.
Hey, listen, and I'm here for the scrum swerve. I'm here for it. Be clear. Because even when she said that, but then she didn't come out with SmackDown with the bedazzled pink joint, I was like, okay, so maybe she's just waiting. And then even when it was broken, and I was like, okay, that's the play. They're about to make this, and then she's gonna get the new one. But no, she showed up with pink tape on it. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, you just got painter's tape on the daggone joint? Like, what
That's
you got?
and that's why I feel like Tiffany Stratton is gonna win. I think that's the clue because if that's not gonna happen, then she's gonna have her bedazzled Money in the Bank briefcase. She ain't got it. Why do you need to bedazzle it if you ain't gonna hold it long?
Right.
That's my prediction. Tiffany Stratton will defeat Bayley after Bayley defeats Nia Jax, and Nia Jax whoops her ass. Now the other part of it is Nia Jax is not gonna like this at all.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting how that dynamic is. Now let's go to the final two matches of the night. Let's go first with Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. I will go first here. Damian, it's been nice. You've been a great champ. You've held it down. You've improved in the ring and the mic. You've done everything a champ is supposed to do. But it's not your turn. It's not your time. Gunther will go into Berlin as the World Heavyweight Champion like he promised. I got Gunther. Who you got?
I ain't gonna lie, smart money should be on Gunther. Everything from the promos. Hey, he said homelessness was a choice. That was hilarious to me.
Wild.
I was like, yeah, like you just Trump Kanye West, all puns intended.
Wild times, y'all.
Right. But man, listen. I officially believe that the Damian Priest title run really starts now. I think it starts now. I think it starts with this heated feud because, yeah, back in May or June, you tell me Gunther versus Damian Priest, no way am I picking Gunther. Picking Damian. I'm sorry. No way I'm picking Damian. And even before that. But now, and again, hey, I look at billing and booking and the way y'all call bad booking differently. To me, beating Braun Strowman clean and just being smarter than him in a way to beat him, that don't just happen for no reason.
No.
Now, they're showing that not only is he like, a pretty good martial artist, he can beat guys that are twice the average man's size, but now they got him up here with Gunther, and he didn't get snuffed out. He didn't get quite beat up. They traded blows. They went back and forth. And now the match is supposed to be somewhat of a stalemate. What I'm saying is this. I believe Damian Priest is going to walk out of Cleveland as the World Heavyweight Champion because, unfortunately, Gunther has gotten away from the things that were making him so great and dominant. Little talking and a lot of slapping folks around. So even though I do love the character development and I do see something great happening for Gunther in the very near future, I do got Damian Priest leaving out of Cleveland as the champ. I believe his run starts now, and with 2 victories, one over Braun Strowman and one over Gunther, now it's who wants some. Now you can't just throw Seth Rollins or CM Punk and Drew McIntyre at me and think that this is just going to be a wash. I'm going to fuck one of them up, and it don't matter who's next. I think that's the vibe for Damian Priest right now, and they also built another solid contender because, hey, after he loses the belt, most likely around the Royal Rumble, they will need somebody in the Elimination Chamber that they feel could get back to the top. And he'll be that guy also. So I'm got Damian Priest.
Couple of other things to think about. I expect Finn to get involved in this match. Simply put, we was waiting for this at Money in the Bank.
Yep.
I think we're going to get it now. Now, they had Dominican Republican women's volleyball.
Oh, really? I didn't know. Oh, wow.
Damn it. I was waiting for that. I got to hit up Peacock because I wanted to watch that in Brazil.
Yeah.
And is it beach? Hey, Keith, is it beach volleyball? Was it beach volleyball? Because they got the tights. The long tights.
Man, listen.
I mean, it don't really matter, but you skin and just let us know in the chat, Keith, out which
that's a fact.
Which version it was. I believe Finn is a key here to the point where 6-on-6 with the shorts. Lord Jesus, yeah, it was indoor volleyball. We got to go look at that.
Beautiful.
How do we digress?
Support women in sports.
I wonder if we're gonna get Finn. Or are we going to try to rebuild the Demon?
Well, I guess it's now time for my guarantee. Because with my prediction of Damian going over on Gunther, keeping the title, I do think the real next opponent for Damian Priest is Finn Balor. I think he's next. And this is his I'm out of Judgment Day match for real now. You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe that there will be a Finn Balor sighting in this match. And whether he helps or hurts Damian, he still comes out on top. And then Finn Balor starts letting them have it about, hey, yo, bro, you in this title? This ain't the Judgment Day we signed up for. Somebody needs to take that off of you. And Damian Priest is just going to answer the best way possible. Well, who the fuck around here going to do that? And that, hey, there's your match. And then, but the Demon returns.
Only reason why I'm not going to agree with you is because of Bash in Berlin. That's literally the only reason.
No, I feel you.
But
I'm trying to be respectful to that event too, because Gunther will have to win there.
No, here's the thing that I was going to say. How can we say that Gunther's going to win there when we've did Clash at the Castle twice and Drew McIntyre has failed to win?
Also true. I mean, because I don't. Hey, well, maybe the international stars gotta lose at the crib too until further notice.
I think it would be a good coronation to a dominant champion.
Yeah.
Or for a dominant champion, because I do think that Gunther finishes the year as the champ. But if we've seen anything, the only hometown person who's won a match that matters in the last year and a half is Bad Bunny.
That's a fact.
And the Puerto Rican was going to win that match no matter what.
Yep. So they canceled each other out. And let's get the one that's from here. Like really from here. You live in New York.
Let's get the biggest star out the way. He's the biggest star in the world. Let's go ahead and do this shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not mad at your guarantee, because in your guarantee, it not only means that Gunther is not going to win at SummerSlam, he's not going to get a shot when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be Finn Balor, who is from Ireland, I think it is.
Yeah.
Which, when we think of Great Britain, I believe that Ireland is a part of Great Britain or UK, one of them shits.
Yeah.
Because I saw on Twitter or TikTok the differences between the UK, Great Britain, and England. Like I was like, I always thought them shits was the same. Anywho, it's one of those situations where you can put Finn in that spot and probably get more reaction.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's possible, man. Again,
Or Germany might be like, nah, we need to let our Germany and Austrians rock, fam. What the fuck is up?
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at yours. Which goes to the last prediction of the day. Cody Rhodes, Solo. Solo's biggest match in his career. Going up against Cody Rhodes at the second biggest show of the year. SummerSlam for the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. Does Cody, who's been getting his ass beat the last couple of weeks, come out on top? Or do we see, as you have said, a real authentic head of the table with Solo being the champ, therefore the head of the table?
I got Cody Rhodes winning this match because I have Jimmy Uso beating up Solo in this match. See, the turnabout being fair play, right? I think there is a possibility that not only that you could see a wise man alongside a Roman at SummerSlam, because again, this is his pay-per-view. This is his PLE. But most importantly, the unfinished business that does exist is that Jimmy and Solo got to get down. Shout out to the West Coast. They gotta get that resolved, because that's the story of the two guys that felt they should be the tribal chief. Jimmy called himself the tribal chief for the Usos.
Yeah.
Jimmy also felt that he should have been the right hand before Jay.
Yeah.
Solo was brought in to watch the back of the tribal chief, but even he's had his own instances where he's grabbed the lei and just looked at it.
Talk your shit.
And where he's also looked at the title and was like, yo, I'm kind of helping you keep this. Maybe I should have it.
Ad-libs.
So, with that being said, what perfect way to start Jimmy versus Solo than by having Jimmy cost another brother the world title? Because the thing that will become synonymous with all of this is that Jimmy Uso is making sure ain't nobody else winning the title that's his related to him. Like, I gotta be the first Fatu champion in our house. Like, out of all of us, me, you, Dad, everybody. Hey, look, nobody getting the world title before I get to it. And that sets up that storyline between Jimmy and Solo. So I got Cody.
This better come true. This has to come true. Because if it don't come true, I'm going to be mad. Because I feel like the most logical situation here is to not have Roman Reigns return. It's so easy to predict. But also, I believe that you gotta have the rub given to Solo at this point.
Okay.
As I close my eyes and put my hands in my temple and think about what I'm about to say. But this is our prediction show. And we do what we want here on First Black Channel.
That's a fact.
Solo will become the head of the table and the undisputed heavyweight champion with the help of The Rock. The Rock will cost Cody Rhodes the championship. See, in order for Roman to come back, we have to know and understand where he is in this situation. Now you have it in consecutive weeks. Solo calling out Roman. Why is he in his bag and saying things about Roman? It has to be because somebody is feeding him that info.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock has to come in and give Cody Rhodes a rock bottom. Because as he's told Cody, hey, this ain't over. We're going to see each other again. Rock don't need the belt or anything of that matter if he is the high chief.
Mm-hmm.
Solo could be the head of the table all he wants to. But the head of the table is not higher than the high chief. So because of that, The Rock, you can be the high chief. I win this belt and you appoint me as the new tribal chief.
Mm.
And that's when Roman pops up.
Mm-hmm.
He pops up on Friday on SmackDown, possibly after SummerSlam, to be confused and to be like,
what?
What is this? What is this? And then that's when he gets beat down and he becomes the biggest face in the industry.
Mm.
Because his cousins are gonna whoop his ass. Like, imagine this, Camp. I want to throw this out there to you. I want to give you a visual here. Imagine this is SmackDown, not Survivor Series, not SummerSlam, no PLE. This is SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And Roman comes out after Solo has the belt, and there's a tribal chief ceremony that The Rock has put together. And Roman says, hey, what's this? What's all this? And Solo says, as you see, I'm the tribal chief. I am the WWE Undisputed Champion. And now you must acknowledge me. And Roman says, man, hell no. This is when you get Solo putting his hands on him, Jacob putting his hands on him, Jimmy coming out to try to help, but it does not work. You hear Jay chants. That's not going to happen. Sami Zayn chants. That's not going to happen. Fuck.
Yeah.
You might hear a Seth Rollins chant.
Right.
But they all each take the time to beat him up, including the debuting Tonga.
Mm.
So once he gets choke slammed by him in the surprise, then you got Jacob that's doing the flips off of ropes and shit. You got Tama. You got him doing all of that shit. Camacho is keeping the car warm to get everybody ready to get out of here. And you got The Rock doing this thing. I'm out, though. After that, peace on. That's my prediction. Solo is going to win it. And on Friday night SmackDown after SummerSlam, Roman comes to the ring for answers and get thoroughly beat down, and his cousin Jimmy too.
Wow. Hey, listen, the Cody Rock story is not over, and we know that. So, very interesting angle. I could see it, and at the same time, man, if it wasn't for that guy standing next to Solo, I 100% agree with you. I 100,000,000,000,000,000,000% would agree with you. But that guy standing next to Solo, it like he could just snatch that belt off of him and be like, no, actually, I'm the tribal chief now because I got your belt that I just took off of your shoulder because what? And I'm one half of the tag champs, but like, come on, man, I won these, like both of them. so that's the only reason why I'm like, let's wait and see, because you make very great points here, and that story is not over.
No. Oh, not by a long shot, ladies and gentlemen. Because, as I had said last week, and I continue to say, it's like they write stories around Cody like it's an 80s movie.
Yeah.
The montages is on deck. That's just how I, like, even this past weekend with the little sit-down interview and everything. Like, come on, fam. This just feels like Apollo about to go to Russia and work out in a log cabin and run up snow. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a vignette, a montage that shows exactly this. But yeah, for me, I don't see no reason why Solo would not have the belt after that. Simply because The Rock said, "I'll see you soon."
Yeah.
This ain't over. And I truly believe that not only is this ain't over about SummerSlam, this is about everything else too. This is about everything else. Rock feel like he a little bit embarrassed, and that's why you hear Cody Rhodes being a little bit more honest about some of the things that was going on at backstage and during the WrestleMania lead up with how this whole setup is to begin with, or how it was. We get a little bit more. Yeah, when you have all of those things in play, I just don't see a world where The Rock don't pop up and just finishes the job.
Right.
Like, I could truly see the music coming on, and just like when Kurt Angle was at the top of the ramp when Eddie Guerrero was handcuffed, and Eddie Guerrero turned around like, oh, shit. Wow, I'm about to get my ass whipped. Like, I truly believe that Cody is going to fend off everybody. Randy Orton. See, it's funny that Randy Orton and Kevin Owens don't have a match, but they're going to be involved in the card. Jimmy, Randy, Kevin Owens, they're going to help out and get Tama, Tonga, Camacho. He's warming up the car. But you're going to need two people to beat up Jacob. You're going to need two people. And that's where Randy and Kevin's going to be, and you're going to get an RKO and a stunner. Jimmy gonna super kick Tama. Camacho, he warming up the car. Cody gonna think he got everything under control, and you gonna hear, "Did you smell what The Rock is cooking?" And Michael Cole gonna be like, "Oh Lord,
it's the final boss.
We gotta get him out of here. We gotta get him out. We gotta get this out the way quick." And he's going to be the reason why Solo is the undisputed champion. If this does happen, Kim, they watching.
For sure.
They are watching. And I kind of hope it comes through, too. I kind of hope it comes through, too. Because of Solo and Jacob. We need a clear, this is what it's going to be. And then we go from there. So, I don't know. Like, if you have to rate how excited are you about this, if you have to rate about how excited you are about this pay-per-view from between 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Excitement, I'll go 6. I'll go 6 because my predictions could make it a 9. But I want to see how it goes. Like, SummerSlam, there's very few bad SummerSlams in general. I think from a percentage wise, you probably get better SummerSlams than you have WrestleManias, and I know that's probably egregious or blasphemous to say around some people, but I truly do believe that. SummerSlam over just time has just been one of the PLEs that just matter no matter what's going on. So I'm always a little more excited for SummerSlams than I am any other ones, even though this historically has not been my favorite PLE. So I'm going to go 6, but I do want to see that last Raw going into the week, because obviously like the show starts on Friday. So but yeah, I'll go 6 for sure.
I'm around you, 5, 6. I think that I'm tempering mine because I'm thinking about some of the surprises that may happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we went to SummerSlam in Nashville, the surprise of just a ring being lifted up in the manner that it was lifted up is a surprise to me. And a couple of other things that can happen. They need to wow the crowd on this one, and I think there's no better opportunity than this one right here. I'm not saying put Roman out there because I don't think you have to at this point. Not right now. I think that ass whooping could be SmackDown related and not that, but we'll see what happens. Um, that's about it for today's show, man. Like getting ready for this and excited to see Friday and Saturday how this goes. The last single night SummerSlam, which means that if this is gonna happen, then I wonder how the card is going to look next year. I wonder who's going to be at the top of the card fighting and all of that stuff. It's going to be interesting, but it's the last one, last single night in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Cleveland Brown Stadium. Shouts out to everybody who will be attending that and having fun. And hey, go ahead and get you some First Black Child merch and go ahead and wear that to the arena, man. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. With that being said, you said your guarantees. I have said my guarantees. Do you have anything else?
No, other than oh, you know what? I do have one other thing. Wyatt 6. Wyatt 6, Monday, better ending to the segment. Much better ending to the segment. Because I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this in the most appropriate way. If the Wyatt 6 is actually Bo Dallas being swole fiend, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Like, granted, we know Bo Dallas will never be Bray Wyatt and vice versa, right? I don't think we need the Uncle Howdy character. I think, especially if they're doing Wyatt 6. And since the Fiend was never truly really a person, it was more of an energy, a spirit, whatever is inside of Bray Wyatt. That's who the Fiend really was. So, with that being said, if Bo Dallas has his own Fiend and he's the swole version of the original Fiend, let's run that, because I'm here for that.
Not only do I agree with you, there's still a caveat to this. I just don't care for the mask. I don't really care for the mask. They need to make a newer version of it or something.
Mm.
But I really don't care for the mask. But I do think this ending was a lot better. It was like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. And because of how big Bray Wyatt is, the aura that he has and stuff, you could have easily went into a feud with, say, like a Seth Rollins and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
This shows me like similar to, I think that was that 1991 to 1992 Undertaker run, where he was having those mini feuds with like the Berserker and all of them on Superstars. So it was relevant. It was enough to keep him out of the picture and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I get a little bit nervous about. But I think last Monday was a way to show that we doing it right. Just go ahead and let us rock. And since Tony Stark is going to be a variant that turns into Doctor Doom, even though he was Iron Man, I'm all about letting the script play out at this point.
All right.
So,
well, there's that.
So I got a challenge to everybody out here that listens to this pod too before I pass it on over to Camp to end us off.
Excellent.
SummerSlam has had some traditional big matches, even starting off with the first one, Mega Powers versus Mega Bucks. And what did you see at that? You saw some tension. You saw some long-term storytelling. Why's your hand on her ass and why are you lifting up on her shoulder type shit? Challenge some folks, man. Just go watch a random ass SummerSlam. You know, it's not my favorite out of the big four. Actually, Survivor Series, throwback Survivor Series are my favorite ones. Even over WrestleMania. But, hey man, I challenge y'all to go dig in the crates on SummerSlam. And by digging in the crates, I don't mean look at some shit that dropped in 2015, niggas. I'm talking about going to the 90s and the early 2000s and look at some joints that ended up with some quality. There's some joints that disappointed me. Like, I'm still disappointed that Bret Hart didn't drop the belt to Owen Hart at SummerSlam in the cage. See Rick Rude 1 year got a long hair mullet, and then the next he comes with the white boosie fade. You know, go look at. You know, go look at Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart kicking it off early. You know what I'm saying? Go look at that. Go look at Terry Bollea. You know, I've been told y'all Terry Bollea was a heel, ladies and gentlemen. I guess y'all wouldn't listen to me. But go look at Terry Bollea get super kicked by Shawn Michaels. Go ahead and get a look at that. I challenge y'all. Go ahead and look at and do your Googles and get your history on for SummerSlam. Great night this weekend. Great this week, period. Because football starts on Thursday.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Bears. Really? Damn, July? Oh, wait, no, it's August.
August 1st. Bears, Texans. It's Chicago Bears, too. Bears, Texans, Hall of Fame game. Then it's the Hall of Fame weekend. So we got the NFL Hall of Fame. Shouts out to Steve McMichael, Julius Peppers, Devin Hester, all former Bears that will be in the Hall of Fame. Shouts out to them. Shouts out to Jared Payton, who's introducing Mongo McMichael because he's suffering from ALS, so he cannot attend. So shouts out. Yeah, it's bad. But shouts out to Jared Payton for taking the reins from his former coach and a friend of the family. Steve McMichael was definitely a friend of the Payton family, and he's going to be inducting Steve Mongo McMichael, former Four Horsemen.
Right, I was going to say. You know what I'm saying? I just was watching some old Nitros, and he was out there. It was so wild because the scene was him, Deborah, and Jeff Jarrett. I was like, so is this a three-way going bad? But never mind, because she left him for Austin anyway. But yeah, oh man, Mongo, man, prayers, healing energy to you, sir.
Yeah. So between all of that. And then we have a weekend full of sports, WrestleMania. It's going to be a great night to sit on your ass and just chill out. So that's what I'm going to do next week. So, hey, man, y'all have fun. Make sure y'all subscribe. Camp got the rest.
Yeah, man. And the rest is us just showing our gratitude because we appreciate each and every one of you for checking out this show this week and every week. No matter what you do within it, in it being the community, the likes, the comments, the shares, showing up for the lives, sharing different posts, sharing different questions that you may have, or just thoughts, starting those threads for those PLEs, man, all of it contributes positive and positively to the First Black Champ community. And we graciously and humbly thank you for doing all of that. And just remember, man, if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. Pick VP, DOC, and we are out. Fuck Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah, well.
Don't say it.
I'm just saying he gonna get his ass beat Friday no matter what.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, you can say that. That's fine.
And matter of fact, Jimmy might not have enough time to even. That's how quickly this match could go.
You know what I'm saying? He might be trying to back there to feel the glow, and I don't blame him.